Now on WAND News at 5, the man accused of shooting and beating an ISP trooper pled not guilty to those charges. Cristobal Santana faces a number of serious charges, including attempted murder of a peace officer. WAND's Karen Eisert joins us now from the Springfield desk to break down the details. Karen, we know Santana was hospitalized after his arrest. Is he out of the hospital now?
Yeah, Dawn.
Decatur police have made an arrest in connection to a road rage shooting last month in Decatur. 2 Millikan University students were shot on Oakland Avenue coming out of church on October 15th. WAND's Alyssa Patrick is live outside of the Decatur Police Department tonight. Alyssa, police say technology led them to the suspect? A new bill will hold funeral homes accountable for mistreated human remains. Senator Doris Turner introduced legislation after the Hines Funeral Home in Carlinville gave dozens of people the wrong ashes. The bill creates a standardized identification process and a tracking system for remains. Sangamon County Coroner Jim Allman says while these procedures are generally followed, they're not written into law yet.
This deceased, giving the deceased the dignity they deserve is extremely important.
Allman says his office has already received more than 60 remains and are in the process of returning them to the correct families. It's back to the campaign trail for the Republican candidates for president. Last night, 5 GOP hopefuls clashed in the third primary debate in Miami. They talked about their positions on topics from foreign policy to abortion, but the clear GOP frontrunner wasn't there. Former President Donald Trump elected to have a rally not far from the debate hall.
We will.
While polls show Trump dominating the race, there is a wild card. The former president is facing nearly 100 felony charges and trials set to begin next spring during the thick of the Republican primary. A monumental plan today to allow the state to lift a 1980s moratorium on nuclear construction and take advantage of modern technology. This plan will allow the state to build 300 megawatt reactors in central and southern Illinois starting January 1st, 2026. It also calls for the governor to launch a study on the state's role in guiding development of small nuclear reactors.
Policy and our future EV needs.
Governor Pritzker vetoed a similar plan that gained bipartisan support this spring. This new bill now heads to the governor's desk for approval. The city of Champaign announced yesterday the Garden Hills streetlight project is nearing completion. They say Ameren has made the final connections to the controllers and streetlights went on last night. The site restoration work will continue into the fall and next spring. Those holidays are coming up quick, and usually that means time to overindulge in our favorite comfort foods, right? Well, one simple way you can eat in moderation at your holiday gatherings. And it is a special night for the Boys and Girls Club, why the banquet is such an important night when it comes to the kids served.
Well, the closing of a Jeep Cherokee assembly plant devastated a northern Illinois community earlier this year.
The United Auto Workers were able to get the plant reopened as part of their agreement to end their strike with the automaker Stellantis. WAND's Doug Wolf reports President Biden is getting some of the credit. The Belvedere assembly plant near Rockford originally opened in 1965. All right, well, it is definitely quite warm out there today. My car said 79.
Oh.
I went up to Bloomington and back, so.
My legs said 78, had those shorts on.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime it hits 60, right? Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm worried because
First at 5, a murder-suicide investigation is happening in Sangamon County.
That's right. The sheriff's office says deputies found 2 men dead in a home on Saturday night. The Southern View Police Department were called out for a welfare check. The home sits off of 6th Street, a couple of blocks from County Market. Deputies say both men had gunshot wounds. The coroner says 37-year-old Craig Birch and 57-year-old Michael Gaither died. The coroner says autopsy showed Gaither died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, but Birch died from a single gunshot wound. This is an ongoing investigation. A crash killed a 40-year-old Tolono man. Champaign County Coroner Jacob Garcia died Saturday from a crash in Savoy. It happened at 4:30 in the morning, though, last Tuesday. A multiple car crash and semi rollover shut down part of Interstate 55 South. The crash happened in McLean County. Illinois state troopers say there is 1 death from this crash. There are other injuries reported, but we are pushing to know how many and the severity of those injured. Pretty shocking video. All right, it's the story we've all been talking about. Thousands of you have followed the story of this cat.
That's right, an African serval roaming Macon County. The search for the exotic animal, Dawn, we can report, is now over.
Yeah, animal control caught the cat over the weekend, Sean.
WAD's Carly Brockema is on the story. In fact, at the Animal Control Center, breaking down now how they caught the cat. The cat escaped from its home in Decatur apartment at the end of September, spotted several times, in fact, near Maroa, Oriana, and Forsyth.
Certainly is pretty, but you know what? Let's not forget, this isn't the first exotic animal caught in Decatur. Earlier this year, Animal Control caught this alligator in a person's yard. Animal Control caught the 3.5-foot gator in May. The gator then sent to a long-term care facility to live out its natural life. Hitting the roads, the skies, or even the rails, you will not be alone this Thanksgiving. AAA says it's going to be the busiest turkey day in several years. More than 55 million people will be traveling between Wednesday before Thanksgiving and then the Sunday after. 49 million Americans expect to be driving. And if you're headed to an airport, pack your patience, as millions are headed to their local airports for their holiday trip too. But wait, gas prices are down nationwide. That's a good thing. Illinois still slightly higher than the average. Here in Illinois and locally, we are sitting below the national average. Macon County, 328, you see it there. Sangamon County sits at about 351. Champaign County's at 349. Illinois' average, though, is 354.